Russell and Dave Brown sitting right along ringside. We're ready. By golly, we got championship matches. We got 8-man. We got a bunch of it today, David.
You know, got all kinds of things going on. Opening match today is going to be a single match. David Oswald will go against Eddie Gilbert. Then we'll have a tag team. The Angel Jimmy Kent on one side. On the other, it'll be Ken Lucas and Rick Morton. We will have an AWA Southern Heavyweight title match today. Tommy Rich will be defending his championship.
Yeah, we don't have the opponent yet.
Don't know that yet.
This is a surprise that it will. But there will be a Southern Heavyweight title match today,
and we'll have it for you right here.
Yes.
Then, big 8-man tag team match. It'll be Bill Dundee, Handsome Jimmy Valiant, Robert Gibson, Carl Fergie, taking on Beautiful Bobby Eaton, Dr. Bill Irwin, Larry Latham, and Jimmy Hart, all in the ring.
Jimmy Hart going to be in the ring today. Been waiting to see the Superman in action right here on Championship Wrestling, and he's going to be involved in that 8-man tag match. Dave, our formats are a little scribbled up and writ by hand today because we had a sudden change in an effort always on Championship Wrestling to keep it contemporary. We were in Tupelo, Mississippi, down at the sports arena where we've had lots of action down there. We were doing a show for Championship Wrestling. A lot of the folks do not know. You know that we do several shows that run on various stations around the country. And this particular show, we were in Tupelo down there to do a show. There was a match that took place involving the World Heavyweight Champ, Billy Robinson, that I thought was a significant match, and we've got some of that action coming up today. So, in addition to everything else that we've got right here, we've got it all contemporary and right up to date. We're going to get it in. Let's get it on. We'll be back in just one moment.
This will be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing at 222 pounds from Jonesboro, Arkansas. On the left of your screen, David Oswald. Going against him from Lexington, Tennessee, 206 pounds, Eddie Gilbert. This match, one fall, 15-minute time limit. Referee, Jerry Calhoun.
You heard that crowd reaction to David in there. That's, as we have mentioned so many times, that's what that short couple cuts will bring you in terms of crowd reaction. Eddie Gilbert, David Oswald.
Really looking forward to a fine match here. Eddie Gilbert, young fella, boy, as we watched him develop over the last year and a half or so. Oswald, as Lance just mentioned, and we've said 100 times at least, prone to take the shortcut.
I think, Dave, and maybe I dwell too much on this, and maybe it's not fair to Eddie Gilbert. Oh, went behind. Snatched him right off his feet. Beautiful move by young Eddie. Here is a case, two young guys, Dave, where they're about the same age, about the same experience in terms of actual professional time and all. But Eddie's coming out of a wrestling background with that great wrestling father that he has, Tommy. You know, I think it's significant as to how fast he has come along in there. And that's not to say that Oswald doesn't have plenty of talent and all. We don't like the shortcut. But I think it's an interesting pairing.
Indeed. Eddie with David Oswald down on the mat. Got the bar on the left arm. Eddie hanging on. Hey. Nice move as Eddie gets him off his feet. Maintains the hold. Oswald back up on one knee. Now on his feet. Trying to drop Eddie's legs out from under him. Didn't work. Small package by Eddie Gilbert. One. Count of one is all he gets. Minute and a half gone in a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Eddie Gilbert takes him down to the mat. David Oswald here. trying to turn him over, put those shoulders down. He's done it, one. Count of one's all he get. A bridge by David Oswald. Using the head and the feet, that pulls the shoulders up off the mat. Count stop. Count of one again. And again, the bridge by Oswald.
You know, a match like this, Dave, I think is particularly important because it's one thing when David Oswald goes in against like handsome Jimmy, an established, fine professional wrestler. But he's with a contemporary now, and it's important to make his mark with those people who are considered to be contemporary.
Sure.
Whoa!
I think you got a mark made on him, right?
Yeah, man. Man, he stopped him.
Oh, boy.
Really
Eddie
nailed him.
Gilbert. Let him have it.
Eddie, I thought for a moment was going for that backside suplex in there as he hooked the leg, and I thought he was going to go behind, but look at Oswald block against that possibility.
Eddie Gilbert on the feet.
But he hangs on.
Yeah, he hangs on. Good move by both of them. Oswald using the rope. He wrapped his feet around the bottom rope. Hold broken by referee Jerry Calhoun. And we're back to the center of the ring. Three and a half minutes gone in the match.
I was just going to say a Southern heavyweight title match coming up a little bit later. In addition to that, Jimmy Hart will be involved in an 8-man tag match. Gotta be around to see that.
Yes. I tell you, with an 8-man tag match, you got people all over that ring. It's about all I can do to hold them all. 3 on the apron and 2 inside, or 6 on the apron and 2 inside. 2 inside there right now. Eddie Gilbert, David Oswald. Hey, good move by Eddie. Down to the mat go the shoulders of David Oswald. Count is 1, 2. It's 3. Yeah, all over. 4 minutes, 3 seconds. Eddie Gilbert. Good moves by both of them, but great counter by Eddie Gilbert off the rope. Put Oswald's shoulders down to the mat, and now David steps up and aims at his tights there. Referee Jerry Calhoun looked at him, walks away. 4:03 the time, and the win for Eddie Gilbert.
Yep, David making a big complaint about the fact that the tights were being pulled in there, and all they can do is try to insult the audience as he walks out on the short side of a victory by Eddie Gilbert. We've got more action coming up. We'll be looking at the world heavyweight champ Billy Robinson in just one moment.
Lance, I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. I have something I want the people here in Louisville to know. Of course, most of you know what happened 3 weeks ago when I fined Tommy Rich $1,000. The reason I did this is to try to hopefully straighten the boy out. I don't know what's wrong with him. And then I think you all know what happened a couple of weeks ago in the ring. Sure, he hurt me. He hurt me bad. He busted my head open. But let me just give you a little story here. He hurt me bad as far as my head, bleeding and all. But, Tommy, this is where you hurt me, son. You hurt me in my heart. And let me tell you why. You know, 30 seconds, I'll say, 30 minutes after you was put into this world, I was there at the hospital to see you. Because we have been friends with your mother and father as long as I can remember. Most of you out there know Eddie, my brother. Well, he was Tommy's dad's best man at his wedding. So, you know, this is more than just a wrestler against wrestler. I didn't want this to happen, but it has happened. So, Mr. Tommy, I want to tell you something, son. I know what you're thinking. Oh, you're an old man, you're a has-been. Maybe so. I know, I'm just a referee. But, Tommy, I want to tell you something, son. Tuesday night in Louisville, I'm going to give you something that your dad should have given you a long time ago. That's right, son. I'm going to whip your little fanny all over that auditorium. And I want to tell you something. I've said this before in matches with different people, Joe LeDuc and all, but this is different, son. This is coming from the heart. So be there Tuesday, Tommy, because I'll be in there, but I won't be in there as a referee. Okay? See you Tuesday, Tommy.
I said on the opener, Dave, a little change on today's championship wrestling program because, in fact, last night we were in Tupelo, Mississippi. We were down there doing a championship wrestling show, as we do periodically from around. And involved Billy Robinson, the world heavyweight champion, in a non-title match with the big Canadian, 287-pound Guy Mitchell. We won't take the time to show you the entire match, but I would like very much for you to stay tuned and take a look now at the action that took place down there, as it was some kind of action indeed. Let's go now to the sports arena, Tupelo, Mississippi. Robinson and Mitchell engaged. The bout's already in progress. Hard man to put down. Mitchell puts him in. Robinson booms that 242 in. Ooh, and there's another one. He nails him with that shoulder, and Mitchell counters back, and that's big weight. Oh, and Robinson catches him with the forearm. Mitchell withstood the 3 blocks from Billy.